Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. In this video, I will be doing a one brand makeup look and we will be focusing on the brand INNISFREE. I don't own a lot of INNISFREE makeup products. Surprisingly, I thought I did, but mainly just like lip stuff. So I purchased quite a bit of INNISFREE stuff to try out, which I'm really excited for, from like the foundation, the concealer to the eyeshadow and stuff like that. So without further ado, we're going to get started. First thing I'm going to do is actually moisturize my lips because my lips has been really dry. Ignore this little patch here because my rabbit scratched me, but anywho, I'm going to use the INNISFREE Green Tea Lip Balm. Have never tried this before, so we'll see how this feels on the lip. It's actually a very thick lip balm. Can't really smell the green tea, but it's actually really moisturizing and shiny. Look at that. Not bad. So I'm gonna leave that on, and I think by then, by the time I put my other lip product on, it will feel really nice on the lips and my lips won't feel chappy at all. Jumping straight to the base, I'm going to skip primer because I want to try the new foundation and the longevity. This is not so new, but it's new to me, which is the INNISFREE My Foundation All Day Longwear. But before actually applying this, I actually got the concealer, and this is the dark circle cover concealer, which I will also use for my blemishes as well. The shade that I got for this one is in number 2. I believe it only comes in 2 colors, but I'm not sure. I like the mattifying finish of this concealer and looks like a decent size as well. I also have this smart blender here, which I've also added water, and it has like expand like double the actual size. Not sure where my pink one is, but I have a pink and a grey, but I'm gonna use a grey one today. Ooh, this one is quite dark on my face, but we'll see. Pretty much just putting it on all my redness. This concealer gives like a really light finish. Not so sure whether it's because of the blender. Foundation shade I got for this one is 23N in the shade Ginger. And I know that this one, the shade ranges, it actually has a lot of shades. Not so sure whether I chose the darkest one, I can't remember, but I'm gonna give this one a try and hopefully this is not too dark on my face. Ooh, it's not runny at all, which is great. Okay. This is a very white, even though it says that it's supposed to be ginger. So I'm using the flat surface, and so far it's doing quite well on the flat part of the blender. Blends really nicely, but I can definitely see it's quite white on my face. I'm not sure if you guys can see, but it actually clings onto my dry patches on my forehead, and that's probably because I didn't use any primer, and the primer that I would usually use would be like a moisturizing primer. But everywhere else on the face actually looks really great, and I'm very impressed with this blender because it just blends everything out really nicely. Like, it looks very airbrush on the face. And I like that even though it's big, it's actually squeezable, so it actually goes into all the hard corners, like especially around my nose area here and like under my eye. I'm loving this blender. This one is the INNISFREE Auto Eyebrow Pencil. Shade that I got for this one is in number 5. I'm gonna start from the outer part of the brows and then going inwards. It's the spoolie side just to brush everything out. What I always enjoy about this brow pencil is that it is not like too pigmented, so you can always just go back and forth until you're happy with the opaqueness of the brow color, if you know what I mean. So this is great for like those who are beginners because you can't really make a mistake, and if you make a mistake you can just like rub it out and it's like perfectly fine. This is a new collection, which is the holiday collection, and this one is called the INNISFREE GLAM Mood Palette. The colors are very neutral, very wearable, so it consists of a lot of brown and then one pinky shades. I think today I'm just going to focus focus on the brown tone rather than the pink one, because I'm actually wearing like a green contact lens, or like more like an olive. So I want to focus on just making sure that the contact lens is sparkling out more than the eyeshadow, if that makes sense. I like that this one comes with a massive mirror, which is amazing. But you know what will be much more great? Like if it's magnetic. This is not magnetic at all. I'm going to apply the first shade onto my crease. As you can see, I'm not using primer because I want to show you guys the pigmentation of this eyeshadow. And I'm just putting this on my crease area. I'm going to dip another fluffy brush into another tone of brown and actually focusing on just the outer part of my eyes. It's actually very light even though it looks dark, and it's more like a champagne brown, but doing this is just help deepen up the outer crease. And just as you can see, I'm just focusing on just the outer part of the eye. I'm gonna use this brush here. As you can see, I've already dipped some of the shadow, but as you can see, this is much more rounded and denser. I'm going to focus on just the outer part, pretty much just going over the other shade that I applied, and just apply this on the outer part. This is more like a teddy bear color, I call it, but a little bit like chocolatey, and just focusing on my crease and then going inwards like this, and then apply the remaining on the lower lash line. Using another smaller brush, and this is the E21 by Colourpop, which is much more tinier and rounded and dense as well, and applying the darker shade in this palette, which has a little bit of gold sparkle. Hopefully it doesn't show up too much on the eyes, and actually focusing just on the outer part of the eye, just to deepen up the look a little bit more, and just winging this out, going onto the lower lash line to blend everything out. Last step, I'm going to take my pinky and I'm going to use the beautiful golden shade in this palette and apply this on the inner part of my eye where I didn't put any of the shadows because I want this to sparkle. I love doing this part because the shimmer is gorgeous. I'm going to use the last brush that I used before and just blend everything out so that they are all blended nicely together. I want a bit more sparkle, so I'm going to use the same shadow and apply some on the lower lash line with a brush. Hopefully it works, we'll see. Oh yeah. The eyeshadows are done. And now I'm going to actually go off camera to put my eyeliner. The eyeliner that I have is the INNISFREE Powerproof brush liner, which I used to be obsessed with so much. I could see that they changed the packaging. Previously it was like completely white, now it's like dark grey. I love it so much. I love the brush tip, but then I decided to like use my Japanese one. I've put on the eyeliner, put on eyelashes, and also tightline my eyes. The eyeliner is really good, but you just need to make sure you don't open your eyes straight away because it does transfer. It does dry out really quickly, so you just need to close your eyes for a few seconds before, you know, do the rest of your eye makeup. I also put a little bit of mascara on the top of the eyes, and I use the INNISFREE Skinny Microcara. I've owned the long cara, which I have here with me, and I'll show you guys like a side-by-side of how both of the applicator look like, because the Microcara one is definitely micro, so it's way more smaller, and I really like this one, especially for Asian eyes, because it really separates all your lashes and it actually does lengthen as well. I don't have the longest eyelashes on the top, so I'm not going to show you guys, but I will zoom in now and show you guys how it looks like on the lower lash line. And yeah, it like gives you really good color as well, which is just black. But can you see like how fine it has made my lashes? Look at that. It really separates them, lengthens them. I love it. I also realized that I don't have any bronzer from INNISFREE, so that's something I need to look into next time. Don't think they have that much bronzer either. But yeah, I have a blusher here with me and I've done a review on this before. This is the INNISFREE Vintage Filter Blusher, which I absolutely love because it has three different shades here: pink, apricot, and an orangey one. Today I will probably use the middle one here because I want the focus to be on the eyes, and this middle one is very natural. The good thing about this palette is that it also has like a mirror, which is great. Like for the price, this is so great and pigmented. I just love this palette so much. From the same collection, I have the highlighter here, and this, even though it looks really tiny, it has a huge amount of highlighter inside, and I just love the variety that it has. My favorite one is actually the champagne one in the middle, but I'm gonna lean away from that and actually try possibly the first one on the top because it's like whiter. And I usually like to use my finger and just dab this on my cheekbone, and like, look at that, it's so reflective. It's just amazing. I find it easier to apply with just a finger because look at that, like, why you need a brush, right? I'm gonna apply a bit on my nose. I have a lip crayon here, and I don't think I've tried a lip crayon from INNISFREE before. Might be a new thing, I'm not sure, but this is a holiday collection one. This is the INNISFREE Green Holiday Jelly Balm Lip Crayon, which I'm assuming is supposed to be like quite moisturizing. I've already had the lip balm and I have to say the lip balm is great. I still feel the balminess of the lips out of the lip balm on my lips, which is great. Now this one I've choose number 3 Berry Heart, which is much more of like a brown nudie, I think, but who knows. We'll apply and then see how it looks on the lips. Ugh. It's very pigmented and it goes on so easily, and I really like the color. It's like my lips but better. I really like the Colourpop Just a Tint, and I feel like this can be a great comparison. This is much more of like a balmy, like a crayon, whereas the Just a Tint is much more smoother and much more like, I don't know, liquidy in some sense, even though it's like a balm type. But this one, I actually love the finish of it, and I like the color because it's so natural. It just goes along with this whole makeup look here. This is the final look for my INNISFREE one brand makeup. I hope you guys enjoyed this, and I'll also put where the foundation area is, how long the longevity is as well, so you guys would know how it looks like after a few hours. So I'll just like chuck in a clip in between somewhere as well so you guys can see. But I actually love exploring all this. It's quite fun to do this one brand. Let me know what other one brand you guys want me to try out because I want to do a little bit more of that. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys on my next video. Bye guys.